Hello and welcome to the iconic Bahrain circuit for Tier 3. It's Tactics, so joined by my good friend Kia in the booth today. It's going to be a fun one. I think Bahrain never disappoints, and Tier 3 has looked quite fun throughout this season. Kia, from last time around in Bahrain, did you have good memories from the circuit?
You know what? I think the last time I raced Bahrain in a league race was the championship decider. And no, that was not a fun race. That was very stressful the entire way through. That was just when the safety car update was introduced, and we frankly just had far too many. We had like 3 or 4 in one race. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. So we'll see if the safety car does come out. Obviously, the strategy does completely go into the trash when it does. We'll see if people try to qualify on mediums. Bacon Sushi and Pfeiffer, one of the 2 people right now out on outlaps, make that 3 people now who are going to set a time on mediums to start off this qualifying session. Just to give you a heads up, the timer is 1 minute ahead of time, so if you see the qualifying session end on our screens, it is in fact still going on until there's that 2-minute mark after qualifying ends. I shouldn't be starting my training streams. Guzi looks fine now. I think I dropped a little bit, but we're good. Anyway,
looks like Syntaxis is going to be the first across the line to start his flying lap.
And there's a Haas right behind him. Oh, he's invalidated. He's invalidated his
Yeah.
Wait, no, he's starting. Okay, starting his Haas lap on the grass. Yeah, but
that's not going to be a brilliant time.
Yeah, but that's Atmosphere ahead of him now. We'll go on board with him. Turn 1, stays away from the curbs, nice and good. Needs to get early in the power here. So Quirk lets him go by. Very well done from Quirk. Decent opening few corners.
Yeah, coming into turn 4, you can see he's really straddling the exit, but he kind of airballs the entry into that turn. Doesn't carry as much speed as he could through there. His line's pretty alright, but he's not carrying enough speed coming through the corners. Misses the inside apex, but that's fine. Just to the outside tight here. Now coming into the long downhill left-hander of turn 9, we can see if he locks. Probably not. I have a feeling it might be on ABS. And he gets good traction out onto the DRS straight. This will be the second DRS straight of the lap. Mr. Chipsy with the frames. Yeah, we see Atmosphere is really pushing himself on the entries to corners, trying to take as wide a line as possible, but you can see he's not really following through on what would be considered the optimal line here. He's kind of cutting it a bit shallow, not using all of the track on exit, and you know, you want to prioritize corner exit, not corner entry. It's slow in, fast out. So you can see again, he's putting his car over the line, but he's not being able to capitalize on the extra space and traction he's getting on the track. He sets a time of 128.5, fastest so far of 3 contenders. Jim Bob with a 130.2 and Syntaxis with a 128.6.
Yep, Radical next across the line. Now Cabo's provisionally fastest, 127.9, breaks into the 127s. There's the Bacon Juice, I think, is about to, no, his teammate Knopf about to start his hot lap.
So, a train now, finishing up their laps.
Yep, 5, the 36.5, I think he might have invalidated somewhere.
Probably
just trying to see who to follow here. We got our watch EV 500 in the Ferrari on mediums. Let's see if we can compete with the soft runners. And no, not quite. The 132.0 for now. Trash Panda though, 29.0 on mediums. P4 at the moment, faster than 4 of the 7 soft runners. So good luck from him.
He's definitely the Charles Leclerc of this Ferrari. He set himself into P4, but his teammate is in P10 on the exact same tires. Although that's not counting for mistakes or traffic, that could very well switch later into the qualifying. As we get is that an Alfa Romeo now coming across the line? Jim Bob sets a second time, not enough to improve. There was only 8 hundredths faster. think he's trying to use an Assetto Corsa strategy. He's famously part of our ACC league as well, and it looks like he's taking multiple runs under the same tire. Not exactly going for low fuel single lap performances as is traditional, you would say, in Formula One. But that does work out for him. He sets a purple sector 1 so far. This is coming through now. That would be turn 8, I believe, coming into turn 9 and 10. We'll see how he deals with braking here. Locks up just a bit, but actually gets the bulk of his braking done before the apex. It does run wide onto the curb and is compromising his exit. He doesn't get enough traction. Coming down the DRS straight now. Into turn 11, another long left-hander. Does well to avoid the inside curb there and avoid spinning, as is, usual. He doesn't take the best line coming through this turn. Here you generally want to keep it a bit tighter and not drift as wide. Definitely compromises the traction he gets on the exit for the power down to the next turn, which is crucial because it'll launch you onto the final straight here. And he's actually almost out of energy. He's derating now, so it isn't as efficient deployment, and he improves by 1/10. And that is what the ACC qualifying strategy does for you.
Yeah. And he spins out of turn 1 for good measure. And hits the Pirelli boards. Oof. And apologies for the stream, guys. OBS shows me not dropping frames, but I know you guys are all complaining about it, so I'm not sure what's going on. We'll watch Blue Cow finish his lap on mediums. I think he invalidated his first one. He's going to complete his second. 27.9 the time to beat from Radical Hardwork. This lap from Blue Cow, though, seems pretty tidy. Let's see if he can crack the top 10. Let's get into the 129s. And he does so. P8 now, 29.4.
It's a decent lap from him on the mediums. The only concern is whether everyone who's setting their times on the mediums are blowing their tires a bit prematurely. They're not being able to extract the maximum amount of performance that you would want out of medium tires, which you kind of want to do if you want to go for the alternative strategy.
Yeah, it looks like Eiston actually improved as well in a second run on the mediums. And yeah, I'm wondering if that's something these guys will do, is do multiple runs on the same set of tires.
Yeah, it's looking like Slick and Cappy are both prepared to do later medium runs. They haven't set times yet, and they're kind of just...
That's a Haas in the wall in the long right-hander, actually. And that must have been someone on their... I think that might have been Bacon Juice. Oh, Bacon Sushi, sorry. It doesn't have damage. Maybe they just stopped, actually. Maybe set something up.
And that'll be the other house was also having a little adventure off track. If you can see, I believe it was Atmosphere this time. Last time he's coming into the pits now. But if you watch the next, watch the next car to take turn 1.
Sure, yeah, it's gonna be Cappy. But yeah, I think Atmosphere was the one who hit the wall on his outlap.
If you watch the next car to take turn 1, you can see they're going just a bit onto the curbs during braking, during the initial braking event. But you have to be careful, especially if you're running without ABS, to avoid double locking your tires, as we've seen a few times before. Braking on curbs isn't too punishing here, but there are certainly times where if you just leave it a tad too late, you're not gonna get the best braking available, and you will lock if you don't run ABS, and that'll completely ruin your entry.
Cappy setting the fastest first sector right now on the mediums as well, so going out a little bit later than everybody else does help out with the tires, with the traction. We'll see if he can continue this pace here. Has put a lot of practice in for this race, as he could have gone a little bit wider on the entrance into a long left-hander, but we'll see if he can keep it flat out up the hill. Does so fairly easily.
And
again,
that's
another purple sector
2 as well.
Ooh, almost invalidates there, but keeps his right tires on the line. Needs to get a nice early throttle application here coming out the last corner. Really the key to a good last corner, and he does so.
Yeah, that was
Takes a very nice
fantastic.
line. DRS open. It's going to be a time of 128.3. Going for P3. So maybe lost a little bit of time there, but still P3 in the mediums. It's a very, very good start for him today.
Yeah, I really hope he doesn't go in and try to set a time on softs. That would be kind of a waste of such a good lap. But sometimes circumstance forces you to do it, as his teammate now, Slick, sets the fastest Sector 2 time. Slick is also on medium tires in the banana car, matching tires to his chassis,
Yeah.
and he's going to be coming across the line fairly soon.
Stream. I'm gonna restart the stream, lower my bit rate a little bit, see if that helps out the issues.